That better? All right. You got to check and see if we're okay. All right. I think that's it. I think it's it. Hold on. We're going to back up and find out who is here tonight. Just getting the ball rolling. How are we doing, everyone? Ooh, my hair's a mess. Yeah, I know. I'm vain. Don't tell me. Yes, I already know. I know my issues. Kevin, General Dia, what's going on? What? I can't even read that. What old Mac diver drink? I have no idea what that means. Angel, what's going on, Angel? Ernst, Matt with a cat. Matt with a cat. I sat there with Matt. We sat with his cat. On his cat, he had a hat. The cat had a hat. I was sitting on the mat. And we were chilling with Matt. All right, anyway, I tried. Jim, Mike, Chuck. Hey, Tom, what's going on? Who do we have down here? Mark, Dev, Tom, Mark. TGT offering some nice premiums. Mark will check that out. Very first one we're going to do tonight. We'll do that one. Let me first finish saying hi to everybody. What else we got? Jumped up. Kevin got that one. Tom, Frank. Little Bands, Glaze. Radio Control Part, RC Pilot. Okay, Jonathan, Maddie. Power of Assets. Ooh, dude, send me an email. Send me a text. We got a chat. Roberta, good evening. Thomas Stiller. Bowser. Sal, Steve, Eric, Michael, Kevin, Edgar. Eric wants to take a look at Dell. Dr. Dev's in the house. The Reynolds. Good evening, Reynolds, and how are you today? Okay, Matt with a cat. Mike, Jim, Chuck, Yonksy, America First. Okay, cool. Ray, Iowa, Casa Nostra. Good evening. Mick Blade. What do we got here? Mick Blade. King Darius. Ooh, cool name. King Darius. Love that name. Kenzie. Jeffed. You've been Jeffed. Sal. Good evening, Sal. Bowser. Tuck. Back again, I see. G-Girl. Jack Maloney. Vin. All right, we'll take a look at it. Niculator. Back again. Hello. Hope you enjoyed your boat. Yeah, it was kind of nice. We went out for a sunset cruise. You ever fill up one of those bad boys? I think it was like 85 gallons. We put in 85 gallons into that thing. Carl, what am I covering today? Carl, we're covering what stocks are coming up this week for consideration using Matthew, thank you. Using a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week strategy. We'll get into that in a little bit. I want to finish saying hi to everybody. Eric NB, Garad, Nick Talk, Chris, Ma'am Outlaw. Okay. Hot Toddy, ooh, Tyrant, Frank. All right. Cow, 2K to fill my boat. Holy cow. I will let Julie know. Ours was only a couple of $100. But then again, we had just bought the boat, so we had no idea how much it was going to cost to fill it, because it took us a while just to find the gas gauges. Lisa G, good evening. All righty. So I think I got all the pleasantries out of the way. Said hi to everybody. Who else has got? Hey, Up Down is in the house. All right. So let's get the ball rolling. Good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I look for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Carl, I will say you inspired me to get more involved in my portfolio. Excellent idea, Carl. CCCX. Costa Nostra, we'll take a look at that, but we had a couple we got to look at first. Someone beat you to it. What was the first one on the list for today? VIN was first. There was another one that was first. What was it? Uh-oh, I can't find it. All right, so Jack came up with the first one. VIN. So we're going to take out VIN first. I got to do something with this camera. It keeps turning off. All right. So that being said, 16 years ago. Anyway, in 2008. How long ago was that? We're in 2026. 8 years. No. 8. Is that 18 years ago? 2008. 18. Holy cow. 16 years ago. Anyway, 16 years ago, Beto, Big Winker, how you doing? BDI. Okay, so 16 years ago, my 9-year-old daughter says to me one day, Daddy, what are you doing? And then she says, can you teach me? So I'm thinking to myself, how do you teach a 9-year-old, how do you teach a 9-year-old how to invest in stocks? Because most adults don't get it. Most of them don't understand it. And a lot of them lose a lot of money. So how can I teach my 9-year-old little girl how to trade stocks simply, safely, and without losing any money? So here's the criteria. It had to be simple. It had to be safe. It had to be predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. That number 5 always gets everyone. No way to lose. Well, the way I look at it when I say no way to lose, I cannot, in my humble opinion, I cannot imagine a world where there's no Coca-Cola, no AT&T. IBM's gone. Home Depot, Lowe's, Bank of America, Harley Davidson, and hundreds of other companies that have been in business for more than 5, 6, 8, 10 decades. We can think about it. Pepsi, Coca-Cola, they've been in business for over 100 years. Can you really honestly tell me that you can imagine Coca-Cola disappearing off the face of the earth? I can't. I don't want to. So if we only look at stocks that have historical performance, have been around for decades, generations even, well, if those are the only companies I'm investing in, then hypothetically speaking, I shouldn't lose. Let's get the ball rolling. So simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way for her to lose. So that's the 5 criteria. Along comes 5 little rules. They're simple rules too. And when I blurt them out, you're going to say, oh man, that's too simple. Number 1, never buy something you don't want to hold on to long term. That means you buy it and don't even take into consideration whether it goes up or down. Just buy it if it's a good, profitable company. Rule 1, never buy something you don't want to hold on to. Rule 2, never sell at a loss. Mr. Obvious. That should be obvious, right? That's his name. His name's Mr. Obvious. But he just pops up while I'm coming up with an obvious rule. Don't buy anything you don't want to hold. Never sell at a loss. Make sure the company is consistently profitable. Now, number 3 always boggles my mind, because you will see tonight there will be something somebody wants to take a look at, and I'm going to go like this. I'm going to say, oh, what the hell were you thinking? I am. It happens every single night. Somebody asks me about something. We take a look at the historical performance. We take a look, is the company consistently profitable? And then we say, why would you put your money there? Okay, so never buy something you don't want to own. Never sell at a loss. Make sure the company's consistently profitable. Weekly options only. Now, the name of this show is Dividend Stock Talk. The subtitle in dividend. There we go. Don't get old. It's no fun. Dividend investing. Dividend investing for weekly cash flow. So I want weekly cash flow, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. We're going to go through all the steps. We're actually going to do a couple of trades just so you can see. But when I say weekly options only because I want weekly cash flow, you have 2 opportunities to make weekly cash flow. Number 1, buy and sell something that trades on a weekly basis. Hence, weekly options. Okay, weekly options. Hey, Dev, how you doing? 2, sit in front of your computer looking at this crap all day long. Yeah, no thank you. Okay? And rule number 5, make sure all the numbers work. Does it need to be in a tax-deferred account, or can it be an individual account? Okay, so West Coast Christina, good evening, and how are you today? You're on the West Coast. I feel bad for you for being over there, number 1. Sorry, but your situation and your leadership over there, it's really strange. But anyway, you can... Don't be laughing, Mark. I can tell that's you. Sorry. How'd I know it was you, Mark? So think of it this way. Good evening, Miss Christina. You like it? You actually like your leadership over on the West Coast? Okay. Don't want to get into politics. Don't get me started. You can have your account titled any way you want. You can have it in your personal name. Yep. Okay. You have your personal name. You can have it in a trust. You can have it in a family entity. What do you want to call it? Family foundation. That's what I was looking for. A corporation, an unincorporated business trust. You can have it titled any way you want. But if you're really worried about taxes, you really need to talk to a tax strategist if that's one of your concerns. Okay, because we have 4 different avenues to eliminate or get rid of taxes. 4 of them. Okay, now I'm going to admit I did not put it on the website yet, but it is on the list of things to do. Now my son Jacob, who's a lot better at this internet stuff than I am, he's going to be coming on full time. So I'm actually going to have my first, you can't really call him an employee because he's my son. But he is going to inherit, 25% of everything when I'm gone. So he's at that point. So you know what, Dad? I want to make sure you do it right. So it is what it is. So he'll be joining the 1st of February. So in February, everything should change and everything should run a hell of a lot smoother than it currently is. But that being said, what we're going to do here is you guys are going to share with me what stocks you like. I'm going to take a look at them. I'm going to run through them. What do we have there? Hey, James, can we look at BAC? I'm bullish on bank stocks. Oh, my goodness. Did you even hear what Bank of America did last week? Oh, I'm not going to get into it. Besides the point. Yeah, we'll take a look at Bank of America. But let's go through it. We're going to show you. We're going to walk through some trades. You'll actually see exactly how I do it. And I'm going to give you my opinions on how and what I actually think. What about those 4 accounts? West Coast Christina, 4 accounts. I'm not quite sure what you mean about 4 accounts. I have 7 accounts and I share 3 of them publicly. Okay. I said when it comes to number 4, the 4 different avenues. 4 different avenues. So hey, Alex, what's behind door number 1? Well, door number 1 is this. Door number 2 is this. Door number 3 is that. We are talking about tax deferred. No, I'm talking about tax, no tax at all. Well, anyway, wait, back up. Certain taxes you have to pay. You have to pay now listen closely, federal tax that goes directly to the government. You have to pay that. Okay? Sales tax, wherever you live, that's your thing. Now, income tax, that you do not have to pay if you do not want to. But you have to do it legally, which means if you already volunteered to be a taxpayer, that means you filled out that W-2, that W-4, all that crap. That means you actually volunteered to be a taxpayer. There's a certain process to go through to eliminate that, so you don't have to pay it anymore if that's what you want to do. Winter from Roblox. Is there people there? Of course there is. Are there people? Yeah, okay, whatever. Sorry. So let's get moving. The first one on the list today is going to be Target. Who came up with Target today? Wasn't that, I don't know who it was. Target. Who came up with Target? There it is, right there. Mark Stuckey wants to take a look at Target this morning. Okay. TGT. Here we go. Target. Okay, here we go. Now, anytime I look at a stock, it's always 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. It's always the same thing over and over again. First thing, I look at a 1-year chart. Any chart I look at, why is this camera not showing that part right there? Oh, that's not the right camera. There we go, that's better. 5 things. You ready? See how quick you can find them. 5. Here we go. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Where is it going? Where's the motion? The motion of the ocean, the trail through the woods, whatever you want to call it. But here it is. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Look at that. Nice movement right there. Great. It looks good. But what are the numbers? Now, remember I said rule number 5, make sure the numbers work. Well, what I want to do is find out, is it going to be profitable for me? Current price, 105.52. 105.52, 105.52, 105.52. What do you think? 105.52, right? That's the current price, 105. All right, anyway. So we're going to look at 16 January because that's coming up this Friday. Remember I told you, weekly cash flow. You get 2 options. Number 1, do this crap. Yeah, no thank you. Or this right here. 16 January, that's this Friday. 23 January, that's next Friday. 30 January, 3 Fridays away. 6 February, 4 Fridays, 5 Fridays, 6 Fridays, 7 Fridays, so on, so on, and so on. Every single week there is a Friday option going to expire. So we're going to look at this week, right here. 16 January 26, which means whatever trade we do tomorrow morning, the option will expire this coming Friday, 3:59 p.m. Because you know what happens at 4? Ding, 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 bell close, you're done. All right, so here it is. Now, before we even go to the next step, right there, before we go to the next step, what we want to do is take a look at is what can I buy it for? 105.52. What's the closest strike price? When I say strike price, to do a covered call, you're buying the stock. Then you're turning around and you're selling it to someone else using a contract saying, you have the right to buy it from me anytime between. And so tomorrow morning, first thing Monday, the option will expire Friday. So here it is right here. 105.52. The 105 is going for 245. Quick, top of your head. What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? It's about 2%. Now think about it. I'm looking to get 1% every week because 1% every week is over 50% per year. Okay, off the top of my head, 105, the 105 selling for 245, that's over 2%, which means 2% a week is over 100% per year. Think about it. When's the last time you doubled your money every single year? All right, so let's actually take a deep look. So I like the number here. So now I want to dive deeper into the chart and what is it telling me? Is it telling me it's a good time to buy or take a step back? Wait a minute. Let's take a look. First thing, the 1-year chart. Blah, 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 blah. We already did that. Next, the 90-day chart. The 90-day chart is the last 3 months. And we're looking for the exact same thing. The high, the low, where was it, where is it, and where is it going? Down, up, down, up. Yep, I'm going to say no, thank you. I do not want to buy at the high. And if you take a little closer look, let's zoom in a little tighter. Okay, here's Friday, here's Thursday. Thursday, it went from 94 all the way up to 108. Now, that's not a lot, but it is 15 points or $15. From 94 to 108, the high is $15. Now, $15 increase from here to here is over 15%. It's a 15% increase. So why would you buy 30 days ago? Jumps up 15%. So why would we want to buy here? Think about it. It went up 15%. If you bought something a month ago and it's up 15%, I don't know about you, but I would take my profits, walk away and say, you know what? I'll give you 2 weeks. When you drop, come back down because these already started dropping. Top already started dropping. So I'll put this down for 2 weeks from today and we'll come back and we will revisit target in 2 weeks. All right, so next, Jack wants to take a look at VIN. Jack, I don't even know what VIN is. Okay, there are certain stocks I know right off the top of my head, and certain ones I just don't. COBE, near-term VIX index. It has no options, dude. Why do we want to even look at that? No options? No, thank you. Why is this camera going off? All right. Here we go. All right, I'm having a little problem with this. There we go. And is that it? Yes, it is it. All right, fine. Okay, so we're going to say no or not this week. So we'll take a look at target in a couple of weeks. Next, this one, VIN, no. Nope, 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 nope. What are we covering today? Thank you, took you to, okay. I will say you inspire, okay, thank you. Ooh, take a look at that. KHC. Wait a minute, OKOL, Apple, Tesla, okay, TSCO, that's Tractor Supply, Wally World, Kimberly-Clark, ARR, okay. We'll take a look at all these. Let's go one at a time. Lisa G, how are you? Carl, thank you, Carl. Hey, Carl, tell you what, DM me your number, Carl, we'll have a chat. I'll talk you. I promise you I won't try to sell you anything. Cousin Astra, CCCX, really, dude? CCCX, what do we got? Interesting. Interesting. Let's take a look at this. What is this thing? Churchill Capital? Really? Okay, hold on. So what we're going to do here, we're going to jump over and we're going to take a look at, CCCX. And we're going to take a look at the dividends and see, is this thing consistently profitable or not? Okay, so here we go. Churchill Capital, CCCX. Oh, come on, cause you've been here long enough. You know, if it has no dividends, why the hell are we looking at it? Think about it. No dividends. Well, how do we know when the stock's going to move? That being said, you got a 53 C-Ray Sundancer. Nice, Carl. We're looking to upgrade. We might upgrade or we might buy a house, one or the other. But we took it out the other day. Yeah, you know, something about that diesel. When that diesel is running, the whole boat vibrates. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep on going. So, cause, let's take a look. What is it offering? Okay. So here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Okay. Why are we looking here? Let's zoom in a little bit closer, cause. Okay, here's the last, not even 30 days, but up, down, up. It's at the high right now, and Friday, it actually started coming down. It started coming down on Friday. So she goes from 13, jumps up to 20. You do realize from 13 to 20 is $7. That's more than a 50% increase in less than 30 days. I take profits. I wouldn't want to buy more of it. Sorry, cuz. Ooh, Giggs wants to take a look at Consolidated Edison. Now, Consolidated Edison's not on my list because it has monthly options. But you know what we might be doing now? We might be doing... don't get old. It's no fun. The mind is one of the first things to go. The memory. Ooh, look at this. That's nice. Kind of going sideways. Dividend capturing, that's what we're looking at. Now, dividend capturing is where you buy it just before the EX date. Get a little bit of run up and then jump on out. Well, it's a little bit different than the covered calls, but we'll take a look at that a little bit later. So no to Consolidated Edison because we don't do monthlies. Okay? Monthlies, they just don't seem to work out the same. Too much work, too much effort. And then, to make matters worse, what are we looking for? The 11th, right there. Okay, so a monthly, one of the reasons why I don't do it. 30 days ago, we're at 950, 95.50. She jumps up to 100, drops back down to 97, back up to 100, back down to 97, up to 101. Now we're at 99. Great. Now tell me, where is it going to be in 30 days? Because in 5 days, it looks like we write it down about here. 5 days is easy. Easier than 30 days. Because if you're wrong in 5 days, you can always change. But 30 days, that's 4 or 5 weeks sometimes. No, I don't do monthlies. It's just pain in the butt. Avita, ARR. What's ARR? I don't think you had CGM. CGM? Did they say CEG? No, I didn't. Energy. Is that what you're looking at? CAG? No. Okay, I saw AAR. Where have you been? Who came up with AAR? Avita. Okay, another monthly. Okay, I don't like monthlies. What do we look at? 18. The 18 is going for 20 cents. You do realize that's 20 cents for, how much is it? Oh, 5 days. Oh, that's not that bad. But then look underneath. 0, 0, 0. So if you're wrong and the stock goes down, you're not collecting any premiums at all. It's a bunch of zeros. Let me show you something. Take a look at Dell. Well, let's do a lot more of these so you can see a lot more. Now look at Dell for a second. Okay, it's at 120. The 120 is paying 310. Okay, that's over 2%. But look, if the stock drops, 1 strike out of the money, more than 1%. 2 strikes out of the money, more than 1%. 3 strikes out of the money, more than 1%. 4 strikes out of the money, more than 1%. 5 strikes out of the money, just that, a little bit less than 1%. So I'm looking for stocks that actually not only give me the opportunity to make my 1% per week, but if it goes down, because they all go up, they all go down, they all go up, they all go down. when it's coming down, what are you collecting besides the dividends? Okay, don't get me wrong, I love dividends, I do, but they only pay once every 90 days. But a weekly option, I can collect money every single week. So I'm looking for companies that have good premiums. Okay, nice. Okay, but the ones that have a bunch of zeros, I got a couple of them top of my head. ET, Energy Transfer. Whoops, that wasn't right. ET, Energy Transfer. Okay, 11000. Okay, AGNC, AGNC. Okay, 1 penny, 00000. So when the stocks come down, you're only collecting the dividend because they go up and they go down. So when they go down, it would be nice, drop my pen, it would be nice to have some ability to get some money in. Because at the money, current price right now is $11.41. The $11.50 is what they call at the money. Okay, so at the money is going to give me this right there. Okay, it's a decent premium. But if and when, see, up, down, when the stock comes down, it's on an if. It's always a when, because they all go up, they all go down. They do not come to your house and take the dog for a walk. They do not wash the dishes. They do not take the trash out. No. They go up, they go down. That's it. That's all. So when this baby calms down, okay, I'm not collecting anything because there's a bunch of zeros there. So no to that one. ARR, no. Carl, have been selling covered calls since I first saw you a few weeks ago, on track to generate 100 grand this year. Nice going, Carl. MC, Kimberly Clark. Love Kimberly Clark. Now, for those of you who don't know who Kimberly Clark is, KMB, Kimberly Clark is what is called a dividend king. Now, a dividend king is a company that has increased its dividends. Now, a dividend, if you don't know, is a small portion of the company's profits that they give back to the investors. And that's us. We are the investors. We buy the stock. We are entitled to a small portion of their profits. So if their profits increase every single year, consistently, higher. Okay, there's a list. There's a list of companies that have increased for 5 years. There's a list of companies that have increased for 10 years. There's a list of companies that increased for 20 years. There's a list of companies. So anyway, a dividend king is a company that has why not short it? Yeah, I don't do that, Jonathan. Sorry. The dividend kings are a list of companies that have 5 decades. 5 decades, that's 50 years. 50 years of increased profits. Why wouldn't they be on your list? Why aren't they on your list? Depending on what your trading strategy is, of course. I mean, if you're not into, 1% every single week, that's all 50% every year. If you're not into that, maybe not. So Kimberly Clark, KMB, is a dividend king, which means they have increased their profits for more than 5 decades. So they're on my list. Anytime they come up, yep. But is it on the list for this week? Well, the high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, big drop, up, down, up. Okay, interesting where we are. The last 90 days, which is the last 3 months. Top, bottom, is, down, big drop, up, down, up. Okay, so here's your 2 days to the upside right there. Let's zoom in a little closer for the last 30 days. Here we go, last 30 days. Top, bottom, where was it? Where is it? Down, up, down, up. Okay, higher, higher, higher. Okay, is it on the list for tomorrow? Well, if she opens up higher tomorrow, okay, 1, 2, 3, third day, okay, I like 2 days to the upside. On the third day, I will take a look at Kimberly Clark. So I'm going to put Kimberly Clark on the list for tomorrow. No, 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 it's not a tip. It's not advice. It's not a recommendation. I'm just telling you what the numbers are. I like it, so maybe I will do it. Let's take a look. Let's get rid of this. Oh, the numbers. 97.92, 97.92. The 98s are going for 115. That's more than 1%. If you can't do the math in your head really quick, this is a quick little trick. Are you ready? Current price, 97.92. 97.92, 97.92, 97.92. So what is 1% of $97? This is a good question. See how quick you are. You ready? 1% of 97 is 97. Isn't that crazy? 1% of $97 is 97 cents. That's 1%. If it was $151, it would be $1.51. You're just moving the decimal point over 2 places. That's it. So if I'm buying this tomorrow morning, I want at least a 98-cent per share. Okay, so this number here, you multiply that by 100. That's what the contract is worth. One contract is worth $115. One contract. So let's do the math on this and see how it works. Now, remember when I said earlier, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose? Okay, let me explain. As we progress, I will show you, and I will actually do some samples. So we're going to do a sample on Kimberly-Clark, KMB. Current price, $97.99. Currently selling at aftermarket hours, $99. That's still over 1%. But let's do the 98s. So I'm going to do a covered call. Now, when I say simple, safe, predictable, consistent, you'll understand in a minute. Simple, it's one of the easiest strategies there is. The easiest being just buying the stock. But there's no profit there until the stock moves. I'm a lazy trader. Seriously, I am. I want to get in, I want to get out, I want to walk away. That's it. That is it. I want to get in, I want to get out, I want to walk away. So, a covered call. I buy the stock, I sell someone the rights to buy it from me for the same price I just paid for it. Doesn't that sound insane? I'm going to buy it, sell for almost the exact same price I paid for it, and walk away and do absolutely nothing except for, feed it and water it, gardening, So, current price, $97.98. The 98s are going for this right here. So let's walk through it. First thing I want to do is click right there. Now, I use Thinkorswim. This is a trading platform offered through Charles Schwab. So if I'm going to do this right here, I want to come down to where it says covered stock. And here it is. Pops it all up for me. And here's the one I want right there, the 98. And that's going for right there, that price. So I click on that. 98 right there. And it fills it automatically. Isn't that awesome? Only thing I got to do now is figure out how much money I want to put into it. Well, I'm going to pause here for a second. We're only going to do one. That way you have an idea of what one costs. Because if I'm going to do 15 or 17, you probably think, wait a minute, I don't have that much money. So I'm going to be, no. So I'm just going to do one, and then you figure out how much money are you working with. Because remember, we're all on a different journey. We're all on our own personal journey. Right there's right there. One contract. One. Right there. All right. Now, let's hear what the order sounds like. Ooh, that's interesting. Put a little bit of cinnamon in my tea today. Buy one. Covered call. Kimberly-Clark. 16 January. That's this coming Friday. $98 call option against the stock at the market to open. Max profit, 133. See, remember I said predictable? I already know what my profit's going to be before I even do it. Simple, safe. Oh, yeah, I forgot the safe part. Hold on. Simple is one of the easiest ones. Safe. The covered call is so safe that the federal government allows you to do a covered call in your IRA. There are a lot of strategies you cannot do in your IRA, but you can do covered call because the federal government says it's a safe trade. So if the government says, okay, I can't even say that with a straight face, but the government says it's okay, it's safe to do it. So anyway, my max profit is 133 per contract. Remember, each contract is different. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, $9,667. So we're going to stop here for a second. Let me explain something. Now, you may think we're buying and selling stocks, which we kind of are. But I'm looking at it as a totally different way. And it works for me. I'm just going to share it with you. You figure out if it works for you or not. Now, I'm a firm believer in cash-producing assets. So I'm going to take my cash. I'm going to create what I call a weekly cash-producing asset. I'm going to dump a bunch of money into this. And then every single week until my target is reached, which my target, 98. Okay, it's currently 90, 97, 92. That's what the price is currently. I'm going to do a covered call every single week and collect a premium every week until my target is hit. So the way that I look at it as a weekly cash producing asset, kind of like a vending machine. Think about a gumball machine. You buy it once and every week you get money out of it as long as you tend to it. So if I tend to it every single week, and when I mean tend to it, it's very simple. Oh, I got to go back. Sorry, some of these things. All right, there we are. I tend to it every week, every day. It's kind of like having a cat, a dog, or a pet. Okay, you feed it, you water it, you tend to it. So my stocks, I tend to it every day. What did I buy it for? What did I sell against it? What did I collect? Where is it now? Where is it going? What should I do? It's not that difficult. Okay, Kimberly Clark, great. What's the price? $97.92. That's easy. What did I buy? $97.92. What did I sell? The 98s. What did I collect? 133. Where is it at now? That's when we take a look at the chart every day. Where is it at now? What does it look like it's going? Where does it look like it's going? Is it going up? Is it going down? What should I do next? They're all simple questions. Okay? Now, I do have a morning trading group. Everybody piles on in, and you look at 3 accounts that I share publicly. And you get to watch me as I'm trading. And if you have a question, you say, wait a minute, James, why are we doing this? Why did you do that? That's the value in what I offer. But I'm not trying to sell you anything. Okay, so remember that. All right, so profit, what it's costing me, whip out that calculator. And the calculator is going to give us a rate of return. So a rate of return is basically I'm investing this money. When I walk away, what am I walking away with? All right. To find out the rate of return, you take the profit, 133, and then you divide it by your investment. This one, 9,667, just a shy of 10,000 bucks. 667. Now it's going to be a grand total of 1.37%. 1.37 for 1 week. Now, my goal is 1% a week. Now, I just walk away from this thing, and then on Friday, it's either going to hit my target or it's not. If it hits my target, great. I get all my money back. I keep that little profit, and then next week, I got that burden of trying to pick another one to do the same thing. That's one. If it doesn't hit my target, I still own the stock. I still collect the dividend. I still keep the profit, and I get to sell another covered call next week. Now, the tough part is when the stocks go down, can you keep your head? Can you keep your wits and not sell at a loss? Because remember rule 5, no way to lose. You never, ever, ever lose money. Listen closely because a lot of people get this wrong. You never lose money until you agree. You personally have to agree to sell it for less than when you paid for it. Why the hell would you do that? Think about it. If I bought it at 97.92 and it drops down to 50, which it can do, and because stocks move anywhere between 5% to 50 to 60 to 70% throughout the year. What's the high of the year? What's the low of the year? What's the difference? Okay, they can. So if I like the company, me personally, I will never sell at a loss. That's my rule for me. Now, some people say, well, you got to take a loss every once in a while. Well, you do. You dance to the music. You got to pay the fiddler. But here's the thing. I don't like taking losses. I took 4 losses last year. 4. I must have made at least 2,500 trades. That's 2,500 trades last year, and I took 4 losses. It happens. I hit the wrong button once. It's kind of funny, but not really. Anyway, 1.3. I'm going to save this one because I like it. And right there. There we go. 1.3%. We're going to save it and see what we come up with it next week. See how it works. Oops. All right. And here we go. Hope you can see it now. Kimberly Clark, 16 January, the 98 call option. Max profit, $133. The investment, $9,600. That's 1.3. Now, it's not a lot. People say, well, I'm going to spend up. No, you're not spending the money. You're investing the money. There's a huge difference because when you spend the money, you have nothing left afterwards. Well, here we're investing, getting a return on a weekly basis. And what never changes? The amount of shares that you bought and the price that you paid. All right. $1.3. We're going to put it right there. 1.3. Let's go to the next one. Next. What's next? What's next? KMB, we did that. Ooh, Kevo. Kevo wants to take a look at Wally World. All right, let's take a look at Wally World. Let's get out of here. Get out of there. Get out of there. Change this back to where it was. Change this back to there. And Wally World. Let's do this really quick. WMT. Wally World. Come on down. What? Okay, that's interesting. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up. Okay. What's going on there? 114.53. The 115 is going for 135. That works. It was that quick, right? So now let's take a deeper look into the chart. Okay, a year ago, we're at there, right? Okay. I say don't get old because, you know, I seriously, okay, classes, the monitor is 6 feet away, 5 feet away, 6 feet, 5 feet, I don't know, measure it, 5 feet, 6 feet. It is like a 70-inch monitor. 70 is freaking huge, but I still need the damn glasses to see 5 feet. Don't get old. It's no fun. All right. 92 jumps up, bottoms out right at 80. 160. What is that? What is that high? All right, there's the high right there. 117. All right, so it goes from $80 up to 117. 80 to 117. It's 20, 37. $37 on an $80 stock. That's just shy of 50%. Think about it. Just shy of 50% from the bottom here shoots up. That's almost a 50% increase. All right, let's look at let's take a look at the last 90 days, last 3 months. Top, bottom, is, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, what's going on right there? Let's zoom in a little bit closer to see, is it the right time to buy Walmart? Because it looks like it could be. 11 right there. Okay, this is the last 30 days. Same thing. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up. Okay, but it's still going an upward trend. All right, 114, 114. Okay, let's do this. All right, let's get rid of this. Let's back to the covered call. See, now we're going to start moving a little bit faster to do a lot more, and we're going to do something a little bit different because Friday's close was 114.53. After market hours, it's at 117. So let's do the 117, see what that looks like. 117, right there. Do you see it? See it behind me? 117. Okay, there it is right there. One contract. And market, and there it goes. And here's Johnny. By one covered call, Wally World, Walmart, WMT, 16 January. That's this coming Friday. The 117 call option. 65 is the profit, 11 G's. That's not as good as the one we just looked at, because the other one had better numbers than this. Well, let's check this one out. Okay, profit, 65.50. The investment is 11,635. Oh, hell no. Do you see that? 0.5, that's a 0.5%. No, thank you. Yeah, current price 114, but after market out. You know what? That's probably why it doesn't look right, because we're looking at the after hour market numbers, and the number, yeah. Anyway, what doesn't change is the math or the equation. Take a look just before the market opens, and then once the market opens, all these numbers change. So at this moment, it doesn't look that good. Sorry. Faber, hey, nice to see you. Thank you, Faber. Ooh, Coca-Cola is shit for health. Now, Sal, you know, I wasn't recommending Coca-Cola as a nutritious drink that's going to save your health. Yeah, no. Didn't do that at all. I'm just saying Coca-Cola's been in business for over 100 years. That's all I said. So let's take a look at Coca-Cola. Why not? KO, here we go. Company's been in business over 140 years. Whoa, look at that. I'm going to say no right off the bat. Do you know why? This is why. Check this out. Okay, here's the top. Here's the bottom. Do you see that big drop? Okay, a jump that big, it can be profit taken more than likely. It's not guaranteed, but more than likely. It goes from 67 all the way up to 70 within 2 days, that big jump. And then 70, 51, the 70 is going for 89, but I'm losing 51 at the top. So yeah, I'm working less than one. No. I think I bought Coca-Cola 3 times in the last 20 years. Never sell at a loss. That's a great idea there, Carl. All right, Carl. No one have a Kodak a few years ago? Probably not. Okay, Raven. EOSE. What the hell is that? EOSE. Oh, EOS Energy Enterprises. Interesting. Okay. Take a look at this. The top, the bottom, up, down, up. Okay, look at that jump right there. Let's zoom in a little closer. Last 90 days. Okay. Top, bottom, look at down, up, down, up, down, up. Awesome. Look at that. But can it keep going? Let's zoom in even closer. Look at the last 30 days. What do you think? Okay. The top, the bottom, down, up. Can it keep going? Or do you think there's going to be profit taking? It went from 11 up to 15. That's $6. That's more than 50% from here to here. Do you honestly think it's going to keep going up after a 50% increase? Now, don't get me wrong, Raven. It may be a great company. It might go higher. But I'm not going to put my money on a company that's already jumped 50% in the last 2 weeks. Because you got me at the other end of the line and other people just like me. They're going to take profits. And what happens when profit taking? Yeah, this right here. You can call it correction. You can call it retracement. You can call it a loss. I call it profit taking. If I'm buying here and now it's there, yeah, I'm jumping out that 50% increase. But that's me. You got to figure out what works for you. Uh-oh, Slim Jim wants to take a look at SIDU. SIDU. What the heck is that? SIDU. Citus Place. Hell no. Hell no, dude. Look at this. It was like 70 cents a couple of weeks ago. Now it's up to $4. No, I can almost guarantee it doesn't have 2 decades of profits. If it was less than $1 in December and now it's at $4, you're trying to tell me that this thing has 2 decades of profits? I doubt it. I'm not going to waste my time on it. AGNC. Okay, hold on. This thing keeps skipping out on me every once in a while. Where did we leave off? KHC, OKLO, blah, 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 blah. Round Hill, never heard of it. Eros, here we go. Okay, Giat. Hey, James, what's your basic strategy, sir? Investing in dividend stock. They call it dividend capturing 2.0. Pat. Altria. Let's take a look at Altria, MO. Now, I'm not quite sure. Pat, how can you say Altria is overpriced? Okay, 6 months ago, it's at 68. Now it's at 57. It's actually 11 or 12 bucks less than it was 6 months ago. Okay, so here's the top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Up, sideways, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, what's going on there? 57.50 to 57.50 is going for 51, just about 1%, maybe. Let's take a closer look. A year ago, we're at 50.71. The high of the year, which was in mid-August, what is that, 68.56? Big drop. Look at your last 90 days, last 3 months. Okay, top, bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up. We get 2 days to the upside. 2. I love 2 days to the upside, because if tomorrow it's higher, hell yeah, I'm jumping into Altria. If, that's me. No, it's not a tip. It's not advice. It's not a recommendation. It's an observation. Somebody told me to take a look at it. I took a look at the high, the low, blah, blah, blah. Let's take a look at the 57.50s. See what it looks like. Okay, do this. Covered stock. Get rid of that. And the 57.50s is right there. Let's see what it looks like. One contract. Down, 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 down. There it goes. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here's Johnny by one covered call. Altria. 16 January. We all know that's this Friday. The 57.50 call option. Profit is 63. The investment is 56. Let's see. Does it make sense? Do you like Altria? Do you even know who Altria is? Do you know what they do? Well, Altria is a dividend king, which means 5 decades. 5 decades. That's 50 years of increased profits. So let's check it out. Profit is 63.50, 63.50, and we divide it by investment. Always, always, always. What you put in is what you get out. 63.50 is the profit for this week. Now, next week, if we buy it, it might be different. It might be higher. It might be lower. But here's the thing. Never buy anything you don't want to hold on to. Okay? 56.87, 56.87. Comes to a grand total of 1.1%. Okay, I can do 1.1% for 1 week. Altria. All right, give it 1 second. I'm going to zoom into it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Here we go. Altria. 16 January. That's this coming Friday. The 57.5, 57.5 call option. 63.50 is the profit. 5,600 is the investment. That's 1.1%. Now, the question that should be on your head, the top of your head right now is, does it make sense? Buy a good quality company, sell it for the same price you just paid for it, and collect a 1% rate of return every single week. Why not? Think about it. 1% a week is over 50% per year. It either makes sense or it doesn't. You either like the stock or you don't. And if you don't know who Altria is, they've been in business for over 100 years. They have consistently been profitable for 5 decades or more. All right. Here we go. And there it is. 1.1. Yeah, like that. Okay, back to where we were. And what do we have next? What do we have over here? Okay, Doyle author. Okay, West Coast. Oh, Novodisk. Somebody wants to take a look at NVO. Eric, good evening. NVO. Let's take a look at NVO. NVO. Let's get rid of that and put in NVO. I actually do have some NVO already. Hell no. Wasn't that quick? I said I already have some, but I wouldn't buy any more. The reason why is take a look at this right here. Look at this. 30-day bottom, 30-day top. I don't buy anything at the top of anything. Never. Me. That's me. You have got to figure out what's right for you. Okay, I can't tell you what to do, and I have no intention of telling you what to do. Oh, Eric, thank you for the phone call. Yeah, you're welcome, dude. Oh, like I say. Oh, wait a second. That's a good question. Not really a question, but an observation. Okay, so Eric said, thanks for the phone call. Yeah, I did. I did call and talk to Eric. But here's the thing. If you've gotten a text message, an email, a WhatsApp, what's that other thing? Telegram, text, anything. You get anything from me, that ain't me. Seriously, it ain't. You want to have a conversation. I love talking to people. I can guarantee you 100%. You want a conversation? I guarantee you I will not try to sell you anything. Unless you ask me to. Okay? But I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing this to share the information because it's valuable information. I didn't have this stuff when I grew up. I learned this stuff the hard way. So that being said, yeah, I did talk to Eric. You want to have a conversation, you got two choices. One, leave the phone number here, not on the screen, okay, but in a DM. Send me a direct message on my TikTok or my YouTube, one or the other. Or you can go to the website and actually book a call through the calendar thingy, whatever that is. Okay, make sense? So, that being said, KView, Load Flow Dispatch, wants to take a look at KView. All right, wait a minute. Yeah, KView. Yeah, we said pretty quick no to Novodisk. I already own it. So, all right, so KView 1683. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, sideways. 1683. The 17 is going for 17, right at 1%. That's what we like. And a year ago, 2091. We topped out at 25, and that was beginning of May last year. Now, we bottomed out on, the end of October at 14. Oh, look at the last 90 days. Uh-oh. We have detected inactivity during your current live. Complete. Okay. I have no idea where that would say that. Okay. All right. So anyway, KView. Look at here. Bottom, top, down, up, down, up. Okay, right there looks kind of interesting. Looks like a new trading range. So let's zoom in a little closer. Closer would be the 11th right there. 30-day high, 30-day bottom, down, up, down, up. Okay, here's your 30-day bottom. 1 day up, 2 days up. So if this thing opens up higher tomorrow, that might be a good opportunity if, and only if, you like KView. If you have no idea who they are and you don't know what they do, maybe you shouldn't buy them. Okay, never buy something you don't understand and you don't want to hold on to long term. It just doesn't make any sense. So, KView, the 17s. Okay, let's take a look. KView at 17. Sounds like a song by Elton John. K-View at 17. Why do you treat me so mean? All right, here we go. Here we go. By one covered call, K-View, 16 January. That's next Friday. 17 call option. $37 is the profit for one contract. $1,600 is the investment. So let's see what rate of return that is. Rate of return would be 37 divided by 1663, grand total of 2.2% if you like K-View. I don't know, do you? K-View for me, K-View for you, tra-la-la-la-la. All right, let's take a look. K-View. Shorting a number of stocks with a call NMT to cover. NMT. Whoops. There we go. Tra-la-la. By one covered call, K-View. 16 January, 17 call option, $37, $1,600 is the investment. Either it makes sense or it doesn't. Think about it. You're going to buy a good quality company that you agree with, that you're okay with owning long term. Then they're going to sell a covered call against it, basically selling for the exact same price I paid for it, only to capture the premium. And the premium this week on this is 2.2%. Why the hell not? Whoops. Come on. 2.2. Think about it. 1% a week. 1% a week is 50% per year. I'm terribly sorry you have to put in 15 or 20 minutes every day. Think about it. You got a cat or a dog, you got to feed it, you got to water it, you can clean the litter box, whatever. Take it for a walk, let it outside, tend to it. If you have children, you got to feed them and water them every day. But here's the thing. Pets die. They do. Sorry to pee on your parade, but they do. They come, they go. They come in your life, they go out of your life. Yes, they do add to the quality of your life. They make it wonderful. Yay. But you still got to tend to them. Children, they're great too. Some of them can be awesome. But after 15 to 18, 20 years, they leave. And then you see them what? On holidays? But your money is going to be an exact relationship to how you want to live your golden years. Now, don't worry about me. I'm perfectly fine. I got plenty. My life is just wonderful, just the way it is. I make 1% on my investments. That 1% every single week pays all my bills. And it actually gives me a little extra so I can do other fun stuff. That's what you want to do when you get older. Figure out how much you want or how much you need. Figure out how much you need first. Because necessity is a lot more important than desires and wants. Great, yeah, they are nice, but necessity is different. Okay, Eric wants to take a look at Marvel. One second, what do we have down here? I'm going to take a break for a second. Let's sit down and answer some of these questions. Alrighty. Questions. Lazy Rancher Tractor Supply. We'll take a look at it. Simple Trade with Rob Roundhill. Rob, if you can do me a favor and give me the ticker symbol, because I've never heard of Roundhill. You know, some things I've heard of. I've heard of Tractor Supply. I heard of Home Depot. I heard of Tesla. I heard of a lot of things, but I haven't heard of Roundhill. All right, what do we have down here? Terrain, good evening. Nazarene, okay, whatever. Just made, okay, you made $1,000 of gold futures. Good for you. Hope all is well. Absolutely. Thank you there, John. Danny, what's going on? Just by courtesy, what platform do you use and how do you do your research? Well, Danny, thank you for that very much. Danny, I am live streaming on nine different platforms. We're going to be adding a few more when Jacob gets here, because Jacob's a lot better at this stuff than I am. But yeah, we're on 9 platforms at the moment. And how do I do my research? Google. Do you like that one? Google. I do my research for Google. Let me explain. Okay? In the Google search, Dividend Kings List 2026. Hit enter, and a couple of seconds later, you get that whole list of every single company that has been consistently profitable for 5 decades. That's my research right there. Second, Dividend Aristocrats List 2026. Dividend Contender, Dividend Champions List 2026, Dividend Contenders List, anything on Warren Buffett's list for the year 2026. That'll give you at least 300 companies. Now, from there, okay, hold on. This is a perfect opportunity to do this. You'll have to excuse me. I'm not used to talking so much. That's good for my vocal cords. So I do this once a week, so let's do it. Let's get this out of there. Get that out of there. Get this out of there. Every week we do this because every week they change. All right. We're going to FinViz, Financial Visualizations. And at FinViz, we're going to look up how many companies are there this week, because the number changes every week.